With our lives being more and more on the internet, being safe online is very important. So today we're going to talk about 5 tips you could use to be safer online. Let's get into it. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Adrian Reddix, and let's go ahead and get into some of these cybersecurity tips. Number 1 is be careful of social media DM or messages. One of the newest ones I've seen is whenever a friend asks you to help them reset a password, and you go through a bunch of steps and you screenshot a certain link that they send to you, and that link is something to help reset your password link. So what they'll do is you screenshot it and they'll meticulously type out the whole link and steal your account, and they propagate other scams from that. They'll go into some of your friends and ask them for money. So here's the thing you should do. If a close friend asks you to send them money or help reset a password, if they're close enough to ask you for that, then you should be close enough to have their phone number. Don't do anything until you call them and talk to them and say, hey, what's going on? 1, their account could have been hacked. Or 2, what they like to do is steal pictures from people's accounts and make fake profiles. And how they do this is Facebook, for example, has done a good job of making sure that they have mature email. So you can't just make an email and then make a profile. They know this, so what a lot of scammers do is they'll make emails every day and let them mature enough where whenever they go make a Facebook profile, you see what I'm saying? Now Facebook is like, oh, this is a established email. Let's go ahead and give them an account. If a friend asks you for money or help them reset a password or anything, if you can't call and talk to them, do not help them. I don't care if you've sent 1,000 DMs to this person over the years. If they ask you for something that's weird and out of the ordinary, if you can't call them and talk to them, don't do it. Number 2, be careful of how you buy and where you buy things online. One of the biggest tips is if it doesn't have a HTTPS and a lock symbol on the address bar, 9 times out of 10, you really don't want to be buying anything from that website, because scammers don't take the time to secure their website. They're trying to build a website real quick, get in, get your money, and then get out. If you're still kind of wary about this, go to different review sites and see if it's legit. The Better Business Bureau is an okay source of information. It's not the best, but it's an okay source of information if something's legit or not. They have other sites. There's plenty of them out there that'll tell you if a site is legit, different forums, things like that. Also, if you're buying something from eBay and the person was like, oh, or if you're selling something from eBay and the person's like, hey, my PayPal account is compromised. Can I send you the money on like Zelle or Cash App or Venmo, and then you can go ahead and ship it to me? Don't ever do that, because what they'll do is they'll send you the money on Cash App or Zelle or whatever, and you ship it out. As soon as they get it, they do a chargeback. So now you're out of your money and your product. So if anybody wants to do anything outside the official payment parameters, don't do that. It's a scam 100% of the time. Also, be very wary of Facebook Marketplace. Don't ever accept, if a person cannot meet you in person, preferably at a police station, don't meet them. Don't do anything. It's a setup. You could get hurt or worse. So if a person can't meet you in a safe location that's very public, don't meet them. Number 3, use a password manager. You should always have a very unique password for every account you have. If you don't know how to make a password, I have a video about that right here. Memorizing all these passwords can be difficult. I can't do it, so I use a password manager. And what a password manager is, it has a list of all your usernames and all the password used for them in this program. It saved me so many times because I cannot remember the password to my bank or password to the credit card or whatever. So what are some ones that you could possibly use? Google has a built-in password manager. It's not my absolute favorite, but if you want something that's very easy to use and it's very effortless, then You make an account with Google and it'll start saving your passwords. It's not my favorite. The next one is the one I use is Bitwarden. It's a little more complicated to set up, but it is a very robust password manager. I would definitely recommend that one if you like a little more tinkering, if you can handle that type of thing. But if you want a paid version that does a lot of the hard work for you, LastPass is a really good choice. I want to say it's like under $40 a year, and it's multi-platform, so you can have it on your phone, your computer, maybe a tablet, so you can keep up no matter what device you use. You'll have your list of passwords there. But definitely make unique passwords. Get a password manager so you can store those, and you don't have to try to remember all these passwords. 4, do not overshare on social media. Why? There's something called a social engineering attack. Most people think that these high-tech advanced hackers know all this programming. They have all these computers. It's so complicated, but a hacker's best tool is a phone. As a demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you how, if I was an attacker, how would I try to infiltrate your network using a phone? And using social media is a great tool for a hacker to gather information. Let me go ahead and show you that now. Okay, so this is my hacker outfit. Hacker sunglasses, hacker hat, low life beard, Doppelers. All right, so here's what I would do. So let's take Facebook, for example. What I would do is I would go to search. I'll search for, let's say, a local bank. I'm gonna blur all this out. You don't really need to see this. So we're gonna look at a local bank and see if there's anybody we can see if we could potentially hack. So if you don't know, a lot of people put their employment and everything in Facebook. So we can just go look and see who's employed with this particular bank. So if we go to people, I'm looking for somebody who is not super high up and not super low. Somebody like maybe like a loan person or something like that. Somebody has a little more privilege than maybe a regular bank teller does, right? We'll go, let's put the bank name in. Okay, then we're gonna go to people. See, I got the head bank teller. I got somebody who works. I don't know what they do. We got another teller. Let's see, what else? Former IT. Maybe we can use that to our advantage. Maybe we can pretend to be him. Maybe somebody at the company doesn't know that he doesn't work there anymore. That could be an N right there. Marketing. I think we found somebody we could try to infiltrate. So what I would do is I would see if I can get this information, call up the bank and be like, hey, I'm Adrian from IT Solutions, and I heard that you had a problem with your computer going slow, because everybody thinks their computer's going slow no matter what. So I'd be like, hey, so let me go ahead and remote in. Let me go ahead and try to remedy this problem for you. Okay, well, go to this website. Let me go ahead and go to here. Let me do a remote in. And once you let me connect to your computer, it's all over. I'm already downloading my packages. I may do some stuff to make your computer faster. Maybe clear out some cache. Maybe delete some programs that are not supposed to be there. Maybe I'll go to the task manager and stop some startup processes. Do whatever I can to make you think I'm doing some work when really I'm just stalling so I can install my package, so I can infiltrate the network. It's very easy. So be very careful on what you put on social media. I can go to a former employer and see all the stuff that all the employees that they have. And I'm seeing a lot of people that I know, right? And they're telling you exactly what they do at this company. I got accounting, IT, you got maintenance, you got supervisor. You can figure out any and everything you want from the people you're trying to attack. It's a very, very scary thing. So always be careful on what you do, because attack can be propagated with just information on the internet. I think they call it open source intelligence, stuff that's there already. They have different websites people can go to get your information. So always be skeptical of any information you get online, at your house, or in person. Always question the internet. Always. Always question the internet. So basically what we just did was a social engineering attack. And what a social engineering attack is I'm using confidence. I'm using things like a phone or my voice or things like that to propagate the attack. But if you hear my voice and I'm a good enough actor, I can probably convince you to do something that you wouldn't normally do. In America, we've been conditioned that if somebody calls and they have a non-American accent, like an Asian accent or African accent, then to automatically distrust because they're doing something nefarious. But if you hear my voice on the other end, that kind of lets that guard down. Like, oh, maybe this person is more legit, you know. Be careful of sharing locations when you're on vacation. Be very careful of putting your employer, making all that public. You can have it on there, but just don't make a lot of that information public. Don't share more than what you have to. The last one is phone security. Yeah, a lot of attacks are done through the phone. People who leave their Bluetooth on, you can do some Bluetooth hijacking and get in people's phone and get a lot of information. Also, don't automatically connect to public Wi-Fi. If it was me, I would tell you to never connect to public Wi-Fi if you don't necessarily have to. If you have to, don't ever send any sensitive information like credit card or passwords or anything like that, because you have something that's called a man-in-the-middle attack. Well, they're trying to be more inclusive, and now it's called an on-path attack. I think that's a weird way of saying that. You don't really know what's going on. I think a person-in-the-middle attack is more appropriate, but anyway, so what a man-in-the-middle attack or a person-in-the-middle attack is, let's say you're at a coffee shop, you want to get on the internet, and you see this open internet, so you get on it. But really, it's this nefarious characters. It's pretending to be the internet, and it'll send your signal to the internet, but everything you send goes to this person's computer, and they can snatch all your information. So if you have a public Wi-Fi, try not to connect to it. And if you do connect to it, don't send any sensitive information on that public Wi-Fi. Also, when you check your email, it's so easy to accidentally click on a link. So be very careful when you're checking your email on your phone to be mindful of where your thumb or whatever you're touching the phone with is, because you can easily open up a link and hackers get access to your phone and all your sensitive information. So be very careful when it comes to your phone, how you connect to things, and what you click on. What are some cybersecurity tips you use on a day-to-day basis? Let me know in the comment section. If you like videos like this, check out this video where I talk about some more cybersecurity tips. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.